All right, next up, he talked about him, and there's a lot of, verbose, and that, by the way, that's a Tupelo public school education right there, verbose. That means using a lot of words and or big words. And by the way, I learned and or there too, so. I could say so much, and it wouldn't be as impressive as just saying this. Dean Z.
Let's all go to Hawaii, what do you say? Oh, she moves her hips, a little fingertips, I feel on heaven bound. How as she starts to sway, I gotta say, she really moves the grass around. Around, oh little baby, around. Oh little baby, I know, oh my heart, and around, little baby. Oh, love to kiss my little hula miss, I never get the chance. Oh, hold it tight all through the night, but all she wanna do is dance. Around, oh little baby, around. Oh little baby, I know, oh my heart, and around. Let's rock! Oh baby, rock! Oh baby, rock! Oh little baby, rock! Rock, 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 rock! Oh little baby, rock! Oh little baby, rock! Oh little baby, rock! Rock, rock, rock! Rock! Oh little baby, rock! Oh little baby, I know, oh my heart, and rock, little baby. Oh baby, rock it! Oh little baby, oh my.
Dean Z! Dean Z with the stripper ending that can go on every song, really. I mean,
You can stripper ending any song.
yeah. And tell him what the stripper ending is.
I have to sit down for this?
Yeah, that's, just to take
Oh,
it
we got
easy.
Bert here.
Yeah, well,
That's cool.
I have to have a co-host.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Okay.
Thank you so much, man. It's so good to be back here in Helen, Georgia. I missed you guys, man. And we're talking about Tupelo.
That's right. And you're a part of the family of Tupelo now.
That actually blows me away because ever since I was a little kid, my mom, who's got a British accent, and
Yes.
my parents are British, my mother calls Tupelo Tipelo. She can't say Tupelo. I said, Mama, how many pillows you got on your bed? 2. Now say Tupelo. Tupelo. Now what's the name of the place Elvis was born? Tupelo. Okay, Mama, we're going to Tupelo. So she took me there when I was 13 years old, my Aunt Phyllis, and standing in Tupelo, was like magical, and then all these years later, to be part of the Tupelo family and to get a chance to perform there and feel Elvis in the air like you do, it's a beautiful experience, man.
Yeah.
I'm just so lucky to be part of this community of Elvis family.
And I was trying to think about I had seen you on stage. I remember being at the Orpheum when you won the Ultimate. Didn't know you. I met you when you were in Atlanta on the Elvis tour with Bill Cherry and Jay. Yeah. And I knew Bill, and Bill invited me to come hang out in the dressing room with you guys in the afternoon, and I'd never met you before. And it was upstairs at the Fox Theater in Atlanta. Yeah. And you had been at Elvis Week and had seen some stuff I had done at Elvis Week, and it was just immediate, like Jeff was talking about. You meet someone that shares exactly the same interest and the love of the music and the love of Elvis, and your immediate family, immediate brothers.
Yeah, I knew as soon as I had seen you work, obviously, because you are the host of Elvis Week. You're the host of everything, and you've taught me so much, man. And for any of y'all that have seen me do any hosting, the reason I get to do it is because this man taught me how to do it.
He really did. He took me under his wing and he taught me the fundamentals of being on broadcast situations, and I was so green to it, and you did so much for that, and I'm always appreciative of that. But when I met you, it was like meeting some, you know, like you meet someone that you've seen on screen or seen on stage. I was at the Aloha from Hawaii at the Orpheum that same year, and you were the host for that. And I saw you, and you were I was in the nosebleed section, and you were this big on the stage, and I was like, that guy is a genius. Because you worked for Turner Classic Films and all those things, and I was just like, man, what a job to get to do that. And that was the same year I was fortunate enough to win the Ultimate. And my life changed from that moment. And the first time I got to do the Tupelo show, Tupelo Elvis Festival, was after a Jeff Lewis jam session at the Hard Rock. Debbie, Miss Debbie, was in the front row. All the Tupelo gang was in the front there, and she said after the show was over, we were outside, you know, right there on Beale and First, and she said, we would like to extend an invitation for you to perform in the Tupelo Elvis Festival, and I couldn't, it was one of those moments that I'll never forget. You know, I remember the warm weather. I remember like the way the lighting was outside and stuff. It was just a magical moment. I was like so happy to hear those words because I've been wanting to do it. But I had already won the Ultimate and I wasn't going to compete anymore. And so I never thought it was going to be in the cards for me because you had to be a winner of Tupelo to get to perform there. But that invitation, those few words changed everything, and I was really grateful for that. Where's Miss Debbie at? Is she there? Thank you for asking me. I'll be there as long as you want me to be there. And that woman right there is an angel, and you know this, Tom. When my father passed away, I was in Tupelo. I had to leave. It was on the Friday. I hadn't performed yet, and I had to leave. I told Miss Debbie, I'm so sorry I can't fulfill my obligations. I got to go home. And Debbie never, and I'm going to share this publicly because this was a private moment, but I'm going to share it because this is the person that you are. I hadn't performed at all, and she handed me my check, and she said, go, get out of here, go home, and she gave me my full salary for that weekend. That's amazing. I love you.
You had to do 2 shows the next year, but still, it was...
I had to, she said, you're going to be washing dishes a little bit now.
I mean, you know,
thanks, Deb.
You know, that silver moon doesn't sweep itself.
That's right. I'll sweep that silver moon any day of the week.
Yeah,
as long as I get some chicken fingers, I'm good.
Now, I made a joke in my open about, you know, 800 numbers, and that Dean Z has an 800 number you call, and you get the schedule of
what kind of 800 number are we talking about here, Tom? Just me going, heavy breathing for 3 minutes?
Well, I was... No, that's
I'll give myself a bit too much credit there, actually.
That's a 900 number. That's a 900 number.
Hey, when you're married, it's a race.
Exactly.
Sorry, I took it to a very bad place.
Really?
Are you recording this?
So I think it's really appropriate we talk now about your family.
Yeah, let's do it. Come on, bring it on. Bring it on.
Has your daughter figured out what exactly it is that you and Mom do for a living?
Oh, I was going to say, thank God you said for a living.
Yeah.
What was the question?
Oh, hell, I don't know. Just...
No, at first she thought every Elvis was Daddy, Daddy, Daddy. She'd see anybody, Daddy, Daddy. I'm like, no, that's Elvis. That's a picture of Elvis, Daddy. And then, because she just got so used to seeing me in character, you know, for shows. Now she's like, Elvis, and your Daddy. And I'm like, exactly. and yeah, she's singing Elvis stuff around the house. She loves bossa nova. She loves Proud Mary. She's just she got to sing on the stage with us in Branson recently. Oh. She got up and sang "Rolling, Rolling on the River." Yeah.
She's Swedish.
So yes, rolling on the river. Just made the pigtails.
Oh.
No, she's doing so good, man. I'm just watching her grow up. She's 3 years old now. She's in preschool, and she's learning to write her name, all these things like way before I ever. I mean, this is the reason I'm a performer. I didn't do very well in school. I can't do anything else.
Yeah.
No, she's brilliant. And I think every parent is partial to how smart their kid is. I think that JoJo is a genius, and I also think that in reality, I honestly feel when I'm around her that she's like here to make the world better. I don't know how else to describe it, but her energy is like she's here and she's going to do something good here, and that's a really good feeling as a parent to know you're raising your child that they have a good soul, you know, and so she's a walking ray of sunshine.
Yeah. And
like you,
and
like Bert.
I'm
buddy.
I'm a sitting ray of sunshine, but still I'm a ray.
You are a ray.
You know?
You are a ray.
I want to be a ray. It's always wonderful to see you. Dean and I, when we work for Graceland, we're working for the Man when we're there in August, and
isn't it cool we get to do that?
it's amazing. And we maybe meet each other in the hallway, like, hey, I got a gig, he's got a gig. We never get to see each other during Elvis Week, but I always can see what you're doing there, and everybody at EPE loves you, and the fans love you, and I just think the job you do with all the events that you do for EPE,
hosting the
you're a
Ultimate
pro.
this year was very stressful, but I had the chance to do that, and how the circle of all of that was just. 9 years ago, I won the Ultimate, and then 9 years later, that same week, I'm hosting the Ultimate.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe that they, of course, I love Joey. I think he's an amazing man, and I love him. And I sent him a text. I said, I'm not going to let you down. I'm going to try my best to hold it together and do the best that, try to do my best job to make you proud. Yeah. And he, he liked the comment message and everything. And he's just such a lovely person. And, I think that as nerve-wracking as it was a moment where I was like, man, I can't believe another pinch me moment. And how many are there now where I'm just like, how many chances or how many times am I going to think, wow, this is my life. As a kid, I couldn't believe that I even got a chance to sing songs, and now EPE gets, has me doing different events for them and things, and I'm just always, the little kid inside is just like, man, this is just unbelievable.
Well, as someone told me one time, I said, Robert Osborne, who was a host on Turner Classic Movies for years and years and was just such a pro, and I started doing these events for Graceland, and I will tell you what he told me when I said, I can't believe I'm doing all this stuff for Graceland. And he said, well, of course you are, because who else is more perfectly suited for it than you? And that is why you are great. So go sing this wonderful ballad to your family. Yes.
Check, yeah. Everybody from spin out. Adam and evil, they go hand in hand. He fought his sin, that's the way it all began. But every time you kiss me, my heart pounds like a drum. So trouble is a woman, trouble. Here I come. I'm lonely like Adam, you're evil like Eve. I shouldn't take forbidden fruit, cause I believe I'll be headed straight for heartache. I should cut loose and run, for the loving you means heartache. Here I come. You're not the angel that I dreamed about, but you're the devil I don't want to live without. Oh, woman, so no man is a man. I can be free, I just put it in your hands. Who cares about tomorrow? I need your love tonight, and even if you're evil, baby, hold me tight. You're not the angel I dreamed about, but you're the devil I don't want to live without. Woman, so a man is a man. I can be free, I just put it in your hands. Who cares about tomorrow? I need your love tonight, and even if you're evil, baby, said you're gonna set my soul on fire. You got a whole lot of money that's ready to burn, so get on the stage up higher. There's 1,000 pretty women waiting out there. They're all living in the devil may care, and I'm just a devil with a lot of spare. So Viva Las Vegas, Viva Las Vegas. How I wish that there were more than 20 more hours in the day. Even if there were 40 more, I wouldn't save a minute away. Oh, the blackjack and poker and the red wheel, what you wanted lost on every deal. All you need is your heart and Viva Las Vegas, Viva Las Vegas, Viva Las Vegas with your neon blasting and your wall band scratching all souls down the drain. Viva Las Vegas, turning day into nighttime, turning night into daytime. You see it once, it'll never be the same again. I'm gonna keep on running, gonna have me some fun. Cost me my very last dime. If I wind up going away, I'll always remember that hand is swinging high. Well, I'm gonna give it everything I've got. Lady luck, please let those stars stay high.